What's going on, YouTube? I just got home from work. I'm just finishing up some things for a few of my clients with onboarding forms, their dashboards, and I got two more calls for tonight. But got my 40 hours at work, and I get home, help take care of the baby, hop on a call, and then, yeah, just straight to work. But, that's the process it takes, right? Is what are you willing to do once you get home from work, or like what are you willing to do when nobody's watching, because those are the true times where you're going to be tested. You're going to really have to actually do the work, and if not, then things aren't going to change, right? And as much as I love to talk, I love the action. I love actually doing it. I like actually, you know doing the work necessary that it takes, because I know if I do this, things are going to change, right? So I love to talk, but the action's better. And, I got my hours already for work. So these next couple days, this actually whole weekend, going to be working on my course, um, modules, my clients, just really, utilizing my time, because, the weekends can be distracting and whatnot, but sometimes you just got to use the time actually for what it's for, right? It's the time where we don't work. It's the time where you actually have more time, so you might as well utilize that time. I find myself, thinking about my past a lot, because, sometimes we forget where we come from or where we've been or the things we've struggled with. And I can tell you, I've changed a lot. I used to be a hard gamer. I used to play Fortnite, spend a lot of hours doing that, but I was in a position where I was lost. I graduated high school 5 months before everyone else did. I went to college, was playing football, going to school. I was, you know, not around the best group of guys. Honestly, it was kind of frustrating because I was trying to lock in, get my rest, do the things I needed to. And, even my own coach, I asked him, like, bro, let me move out, go to a different dorm, because these guys just stay up till 11, 12. And you know what he told me? He told me, that's just how college kids are. And I was honestly like, wow. And, even, during that time, I wasn't on track as myself. I was gaming all the time. I, you know, wasn't really going full throttle. My diet was trash. I did okay in school, but, once I got home from school, I just really, was lost, confused. I didn't really want to go back to school. I actually wanted to pursue something that had to do with money. And, I was educating myself, learning as I was working construction, but my mind started to deteriorate. I really started to just give up. And it honestly sucks to think about that, but it was the honest truth, right? I used to, eat out all the time. I used to not take care of myself, and it showed. I actually look a lot older a few years ago than I do today. I looked more out of shape. I didn't take care of myself, and I honestly was didn't know what the future held for me. But I can honestly say that after enough pain, after enough, you know, being unfocused, I knew I had to sell my car. I had to sell my PC setup. I had to give up a lot of things to, be the man who I am today. But I've been tested, guys. Like, I didn't just, make up this shit, right? I lived this shit. I used to, wake up at 3:30 in the morning and jump in a freezing cold ice plunge. I used to have to break the ice. I would jump in it. I would go then, um, 5, 7 minutes down the road, hit the gym, workout, get home by like 6, and then have to leave and make it to work by 7. But I still had to make my lunch and my breakfast. And then, dude, that was my morning routine for a while. And one of my friends who was my roommate, used to see me do that, and he thought I was crazy. And, he started getting in on it as well. But I feel like that really set the foundation for my journey, right? I really pushed myself. I started learning how to eat properly and do the things necessary for me to change. And doing so, I found results, right? I found, people who had information. I was able to just learn it, apply it, test it. And then once I felt comfortable, I could really help other people use that information as well. And it's honestly a blessing because, a lot of people gatekeep, a lot of people um, just aren't willing to share information without, being paid for. But I'm willing to share everything, right? I used to, you know, take my diet super seriously, walks, workouts, fasting, different protocols, and I was able to get a pretty lean physique in a short period of time. Then once I, got really lean, I was like, dude, I've always been kind of skinny. I want to put on mass. And, I hit some roadblocks. I learned a lot of lessons that, I wasn't really educated too much about. But just over the last month, I have got some pretty good results. I did one of my buddies' 44-day challenge and saw some great results doing so. Really went full throttle. But you guys, every single day it's work. And that's what I've figured out from the time I've started my personal development journey even till now, is that no matter how far you've gone in your life, and and what you're willing to do, and how many times are you willing to work and not get compensated for it, not see results or get a reward, it's honestly a lot of time. But usually this is how it goes. You're working, grinding, doing the things necessary, months, years, and then just boom, you skyrocket. You start crushing it. You're doing great. And, a lot of people's businesses blow up very fast because that's what honestly happens, man. It's just a buildup of consistency, work, time, and eventually that result comes pretty fast, sooner you know it. But anyways, just wanted to kind of hop on here and kind of speak my mind as I'm it's Thursday night. My grandma just flew into town. I'm gonna kind of be with her this weekend and spend some quality time with her. She actually just shipped me a little scale, and if I weigh myself, I am not good with this camera. I have no idea. 186. I remember just 2 months ago I was like 170, almost 175. So I've already gained a pretty decent amount. And yes, I have some things. I'm probably like just above 180. But yeah, guys, this is honestly where I'm kind of at. What I've been doing is just studying, learning, taking my health serious, and now being able to help other people do the same. And it's honestly a blessing because at the end of the day, I really find my purpose in helping other people, not just in the physical aspect, but actually getting results when, having better energy, sleep, drive, changing their lifestyle around, going from unhealthy, out of shape to, creating a lifestyle of eating the right foods, walking, spending time outside, understanding, all the poisonous things out there in the world, and, hedging yourself from those. I feel like it's honestly a blessing to live this life because not only is your health amazing, but the path ahead is more promising. It's more something to look forward to instead of understanding that your life keeps deteriorating. So that's the path I've been on. I'm excited to help you, help other people, see my story, but as well see the value I'm providing to, you know, progress you on your journey towards whatever that is, health wise, relationship wise, financially wise. All of these things matter, and don't neglect the number one important thing, and that's your health. Anyways, just want to wrap up this video. I got a call here in 12 minutes, but I appreciate you guys for watching, and make sure you check out my Instagram if you haven't already at Jackson Beckstrom, and more is to come. Thank you guys.